If it doesn't smell like that, I won't like it. We have a lot of little low-key Sephora launches that is adding up to be what I think an interesting video. So today I am going to be testing 5 new Sephora launches and then, well, technically 6. I'm cheating, as per usual. But 5 just looks a lot prettier in the title. No, I'm actually very excited about these. I feel like there haven't been any like major news-breaking kind of launches, but like some new stuffs that I want to get behind. And I keep talking about this. I am gonna have like a big, grand, all of the new launches of the season at Sephora coming up. But these are like my training videos. I'm getting to know some products before we get to the big one. So anyways, I'm excited because these are first impressions as well. So hopefully I can get to know these pretty quickly. So the first product that I'm really excited to share with you is from Merit. It's the Uniform Tinted Mineral Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 45. That's the name of it on Sephora. This is $38. I'm looking up the details of it right now. Light as air, non-comedogenic, tinted mineral SPF that provides natural light coverage, SPF 45, supposed to visibly blur and smooth the skin and have a soft velvety finish. I mean, doesn't that just sound delightful? If you don't know Merit, their products in general have very light coverage, very enhance your natural beauty kind of situation. Their products are not gonna cover this. Do I have something? I gotta bring in something a little more intense for this angry thing on my face right now. Well, let's just see the coverage and then I'll go over it. I'm gonna use the shade, I'm gonna use the shade 24. Okay, let's see. That's a good shade for me. It's a little thicker and stickier than I thought it was gonna be, and I don't mean sticky in a bad way yet. Ooh, that left a pretty glow behind. Let's see. When you first apply it, it actually looks like it's gonna give some pretty decent coverage, but I think it blends away pretty easily. It's definitely a little thicker feeling than what I'm used to from Merit. That's not a bad thing. I actually kind of like that. Hopefully it doesn't feel too sticky on the skin. Wait, that's really pretty. I feel like that's the perfect level of coverage for me in terms of using like a tinted SPF kind of situation. My hair, my hair's a mess, my skin breaking out, oh my goodness. I'm using, by the way, BK Beauty 115 to push it in. So it doesn't build up too much on coverage if you layer it up too much. Not too sticky, actually. You know I hate a sticky SPF or tinted sunscreen. What did I use yesterday? The Dr. Jart. I don't think it's as smoothing as the Dr. Jart, but I think it looks really pretty and soft on the skin. Like you can see the little bit of coverage that it gave. It just evened everything out. This is a perfect no makeup kind of base here to just tone down the redness, even everything out. Ooh, first impression, I actually really like this. I can be a little harder to impress, I will admit, when it comes to tinted moisturizer style products, because I love coverage, just like a medium coverage. I want my skin to look better, and I won't discount a skin tint for being tinted. However, it better make the texture of my skin look good, and I find that a lot of them being very skincare infused and glowy being such a trend that it doesn't make my skin look nice and smooth. But this one is looking really nice. I do feel like my skin looks improved. It was a little parched earlier. Interesting how it's kind of looks like it's watery. Here, how the water would separate. Okay, last final push in. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do my little wear test today to see the wear on this, but this is really beautiful. I think this is perfect for a tinted SPF. SPF 45 is great. Not too sticky. It's not too glowy to where I feel like it's emphasizing pores. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not like completely smoothing them or mattifying them or anything like that, but it's not emphasizing them. Amazing. I love. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna add some concealer, so we're gonna have a little bit more coverage on after this, but we have some good stuff following this. We have a little under the radar launch here that I actually am quite excited about. So Makeup by Mario expanded his bronzer contour line with the Soft Sculpt Blurring Bronzer. So there are 6 different shades available. These are $38 each. That's a lot of money. Versatile powder bronzer that blends effortlessly to naturally warm and blur the complexion. Light to medium coverage, sweat and humidity proof finish. That is a must. That's really interesting for a powder that they advertise that. But I would need that because that's like where bronzer goes on the outskirts of the forehead here, is where I tend to sweat. I was really excited about these because I love all of the bronzer contour-y style products Makeup by Mario has. The colors, he just has a way with colors. So I have 2 different shades that I'll try on today. We have light and then light medium. Has the same usual Makeup by Mario kind of signature style packaging. So let's see. Okay, feels pretty soft and smooth. I don't know how much the light's gonna show up on me. It has like, I feel like almost a little bit of a pinky tone. I think light medium's gonna be the way to go, just so you can kind of see. A little yellowy there, and you can see they swatch really sheer, which is not a bad thing. I'm gonna use the F2 brush from them. We'll use the fatter side. So starting off with light, so it actually does give some kickback. And I do have some powder on to set, but it's more so on the center of my face. Oh, I do think that this is really bronzing the areas that it's touching, because sometimes like a shimmery bronzer can emphasize some lines on the outskirt. I feel like it actually is quite blurring. Seriously. Do you see that? It is matte, so keep that in mind. But this light shade is actually very, very pretty. Okay, I'm going to use a light hand with the light medium on the other side, because light does work out for me, but if I get a little bit more tan, kind of in between, then I would go light medium, because you can see this is instantly warmer, much faster on me, but could go a little overboard very easily, I think, if you're a shade match with me. But both are working for sure. This light medium is giving me a little bit more warmth, but that was a very easy application. I think what is most unique about this product is it's true. It's very, very blurring on the outskirts of the face. I just have a little bit of leftover concealer on my eyelid. I'm going to take a little bit of light in the crease. We'll bring that down the nose. I think the light shade is a bit better of a shade for me if you're going to nose contour. I'm not doing anything crazy. I think I'll pop one of the new shadow sticks that I used in yesterday's video. Don't know if I want to use MAC or Thrive yet. A little bit down here. So not super contoury. It definitely has a bronze tone to it, but it can work. It's functional enough for every day. You know, we're not, maybe you are, but I'm definitely not getting professional photos taken of me every day. So I don't care if maybe it's a little warm on my nose. It still looks really nice. It's a powder bronzer, so you know, there's nothing earth-shattering about it, but it's a really beautiful formula, and I think most important for them, it was just to fill that gap in their line. I know they do have powder bronzers, but nothing like a flat, matte powder bronzer, so it's a nice launch. I think it was under the radar for a reason, but beautiful. Next launch, we have a little bit of a shade extension to the Kosas Blushes, which I've talked many a times about on my channel. I really enjoy this formula. So this is the Blushes Life Extra Bite collection. So there's 3 new shades, and I'm only going to be trying one on today because these 2, Chills and Heartbeat, are going to be for our more melanated friends, which I am not. So I don't want to touch them. I'm going to give them away, but I thought I would show you at least the pans and stuff. So Heartbeat and Chills are the deeper ones. Wavelengths is what I'm going to be using today. These blushes have been around for a while. They're $29 and I love the ones that I already have. So I have to check out what the shade Wavelength has to offer. So I'm just going to go ahead and we'll use the smaller side of the Makeup by Mario brush. And this one I think will be the best on a medium complexion. But look at how smooth this applies. It just blends into the skin really easily, incorporates itself into the products underneath without disrupting them. Really easy blend. This is more of, it's not like a flat matte finish, but it is a little matte. But it looks really pretty. It blurs the cheek. I have a couple shades though that aren't quite as matte on this, but just a really easy application. You can really build up the pigment if you want, if you use more of a dense brush. So I'm actually very happy using this brush. And how do they describe this shade? Just as a warm peach. It is a good, nice, warm peach for the summertime. I've been talking a lot about summer makeup recently on my channel just because it's been getting warm outside here in Maryland. So I'm like switching over my products for all of the warm weather beauty products that I need. And I think this is a very pretty summer blush, don't you think? I just popped on Skin by Kim. Does that still exist? That was short-lived. Anyways, Nude 09 to pop on top Summer Friday's newest lip butter balm shade. You know, I've been a long-time fan of these. They're $24 each, and I think they're just one of the best formulas right now. So the new shade that we have is, drumroll please, Pink Guava. And it looks fun and exciting and summery and bright. I pulled out a couple others just to compare the packaging. So we have Pink Guava here, Pink Sugar, Cherry, Poppy. Let's see. These are pretty clear. Like, I would love for these to have more pigment. That actually looks pretty impressive, the Pink Guava. Let's see. It smells like guava. It smells delightful. Okay, it's definitely adding a little pink tint to the lips. But again, still very sheer, just for some comparison's sake. If you have some of these, Pink Sugar's pretty much completely clear, so that one is quite different. Cherry, much brighter. It tastes good too. My lips were hecka dry, as you can see from the peeling, so much needed. And then we have Poppy, which apparently I've used the heck out of. No, this has more color. There we go. Okay, so it's a softer pink, but it definitely has a little bit of color if you're looking for a reason to purchase it. But again, on the lips, it's definitely more sheer, but very pretty. And I love this formula so much. I have all the shades, not because they look different from one another, because they definitely don't. But I just love the flavors, the nourishment that this gives the lips. So that was a little quickie one to cover. Let me pull my notes out for this new product, because I think it's a little bit unique. I got the whole line in PR, so thank you so much to Milk Makeup. So these are the Milk Makeup Balmaid Hydrating Tinted Lip Balm. I wonder if they're going to feel like the Summer Fridays. They're $18 each. They're going to be available on the Sephora app, early access, June 16th. So I think I'm a little ahead of the game here. Did I say $18? It's a pretty good price for Sephora. It's supposed to be moisturizing, clean, tinted, fueled by electrolytes for long-lasting hydration. Interesting. Sheer splash of color, juicy shine, plumper looking lips. Okay, let me break these open and I can swatch them for you. So here's what the packaging looks like. It is like just a regular balm that's really popular style product. So here are the shades swatched from top to bottom. Pump, Workout, Quench, Electron, Ion, Refresher, and Juiced. So some of them, like Pump and Workout, are completely clear. Electron is clear. It has a little bit of pink glitters. And then the other shades do have a little bit of pigment. They have a thinner feel. They're definitely more runny and watery on the back of my hand. And oddly enough, unless I'm blind on the packaging, I literally don't see the name of the shade. So I took them out of the box and I was like, wait, what shade is this? So I'll never know the shade that that I'm using, oddly enough. Also, I found that the formula in some of these were separated. So when I first swatched it, it was completely clear. And you can see a little bit of separation here. I literally had to take some of them and go like that to mix the formula up, which I don't love that. So I don't know. Let's use, I think this is Ion. Couldn't tell you, there's not a name. Thin, much, much thinner than a lot of the products like this that are popular. This is leaning more towards glossy, and maybe I just put a really thick layer on, but it is smoothing over the lines of my lips beautifully. And I love that because I feel like that makes the lips look more plump. It doesn't have a plumping sensation. It tastes delicious, subtle, but I'm enjoying the taste of it. Tastes like a Japanese peach candy almost. Ion is pretty. I mean, it didn't do much in the way of color. It does have a hydrating factor to it. We're gonna do Juiced, the lavender shade. This does have that slight lavender twinge to it, but for the most part, you do not need multiple of these, I would say. They're all pulling pretty sheer / clear on the lips. Let's do the darkest shade, which would be Quench, this dark one. I'm gonna do a thinner layer because that's gonna be just a little more realistic for wear. But yeah, you can see it doesn't add too much color. And we'll have to see about the longevity. It doesn't feel like it's gonna stick to my lips. It doesn't feel like it has a ton of grip. Can't say that for sure, but I like it. I think $18 is a good price for a product like this at Sephora. Seems hydrating, a little bit runny. I don't love it. It's not knocking my socks off on initial application here. It's just like another one to add to the pile, to add to the mountain of style products like these, but I think it's fine so far. I'm looking down, excuse me, because I'm pulling up the information on this launch. It's the 6th product. It's not a makeup product. I'm just really excited about it. I'm not a fragrance channel by any means, but if something smells good to me, you'll hear me talk about it, and I'm really excited about this launch. So, Josie Maran, one of my favorite body lines. I love their body scrub. I love their lotions. In the last year or two, they've completely redone, repackaged their line. They launched body and hair mists in their signature shades in the line. I think the price is decent as well at $26. I'm gonna smell them all on camera with you. I'm so excited about this launch. We're gonna start off with my 2 favorites. Anything from the body lotion to the scrub, Vanilla Vibes is amazing. I don't keep it because this is like what my mom lays claim to. I'm not giving you this, Mom. I've used this one. It smells so good. If you love a vanilla, it's got a little bit of a twist to it. I feel like it doesn't smell like straight vanilla, but it's delightful. Almost like a very gourmandy vanilla. Listen. I'm a makeup person. I'm not good at the fragrance description, so it's the only description I can give is it smells good. My other favorite scent, I love this in the body scrub, Topless Tangerine. I haven't smelled this one yet. Let's see. I'm gonna suffocate myself in here. I think I like the smell of the scrub better, but still very, very nice. I think it's pulling a little bit more citrusy, but it could be very nice layered with the lotion. I like it. Golden Hour, I'm not the biggest fan of. How do they describe Golden Hour? That's their newest fragrance, I believe. Warm and Spicy is the family. Keynotes are Amber and White Musk. I know I'm not gonna like this, so I'm not going to spray it. Just not for me. I didn't love the smell of the body lotion, but Vanilla Vibes and Topless Tangerine, like, you're coming home with me. Amazing. I don't know about Bohemian Fig. I don't think I've smelled this one yet. I like sweet, fruity, gourmandy, so if it doesn't smell like that, I won't like it. I don't like that. It's not sweet. Ew. Okay, no. Listen, not a scent person, not sophisticated whatsoever, so take my review with a grain of salt, but if you like a sweet scent, got to try Vanilla Vibes. I think this one is my favorite from the launch. And then Topless Tangerine for the summer is nice as well. But the Vanilla Vibes is definitely my favorite. But I'm just really excited that they launched these, honestly, because I love their body products so, so much. And wow, just like that, I'm gonna drop the products, but we are done with today's video. Not that it was quick, because I talk a lot, but I wanted to put some focus on some of the newer products that just launched at Sephora, get a little bit of a good, as I said, test run in for these products, and I'm very, very happy so far with the Merit, Makeup by Mario, and these are my top 3. The Josie Maran are my top 3, and we have some shade extensions. Not sold yet on the Balmaid from Milk, but we'll continue using that. As you guys know, make sure you're subscribed to my channel because I do a series here called Speed Reviews where after I've tested these products multiple ways, multiple wears, I give my final review in those videos. I just love experiencing products with you, alongside you in my first impressions. But as always, I will have all of the products that I talked about linked down below as well as tagged in YouTube shopping. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you whenever I post the next video. Probably Monday, right? See you later, guys. Have a good one.
It's delicious.